Climate change is a real and pressing issue today, and unfortunately our president doesn't seem willing to start the conversation about it. In his own words, climate change is a construct created by and for the Chinese government. I personally have strong opinions about climate change, and I feel like negligence and just kind of ignoring the whole issue can have lasting effects that will not be able to be reversible if we just leave them unmanaged. If we ignore the issue, the Earth will be a very different place in 100 years. My plan is to spark conversation in terms of climate change and to keep people talking about the issue, inform them about the facts, and warn them about the dangers of ignoring the issue and saving it for another generation. Now, many may wonder why Trump taking office and the Trump administration ushering in after the Obama administration is a problem in terms of climate change. And the answer is that the Trump administration is going to essentially reverse every step forward that the Obama administration made over the past 8 years. Obama was a very forward-thinking president in terms of climate change and really pushed for a lot of regulation that would curb back climate change and fight against this global warming. Conversely, the Trump administration has already made legislation against the Obama administration legislation, such as a recent act that allowed coal companies to dump coal in waterways instead of disposing of it normally, contributing to the destruction of ecosystems around the areas of which these facilities that produce coal lie. And furthermore, just today, Trump released his proposed budget plan that would cut down on spending for study into greenhouse gas emissions and climate change. This curbs research that helps us fight back against climate change and get more informed and figure out ways how to stop this spread of global warming and save the Earth, essentially. Furthermore, it's not just problems with legislation that the Trump administration brings to the table. Trump's nomination for the Secretary of Energy was Governor Rick Perry, who was approved on March 2nd, 2017. The problem with Rick Perry is he doesn't seem to be very interested in fighting back against climate change and global warming. In a statement made a couple years ago, he said that he would do away with the Department of Energy if he had the chance because he thought it was so wrong in thinking. While he's redacted these statements now, he still believes that American jobs should come before fighting climate change and believes that the economy should be protected before the environment. Now, the reason that this is a problem is because climate change is causing almost irreversible damage to the Earth as we know it. Polar ice caps have melted faster in the last 20 years than they have in the past 10,000, and this is causing ocean levels to rise at a rate of 4 to 8 inches per century. While this doesn't seem like a lot, this is increasing by 0.13 inches every year, which is more than the Earth has ever seen ocean levels rise. And this is causing damage to all kinds of ecosystems and property damage as we know it. More than half of the population of the Earth lives within 60 kilometers of shorelines. If ocean levels continue to rise like this, major city centers such as New York, San Francisco, Tokyo could all be underwater within 100 to 200 years. Now, the scope of this issue is very broad, and trying to come up with some solution that I could personally undertake to fight back against climate change was kind of daunting at first. But eventually I settled on the plan of just raising awareness of climate change and making sure people are informed about the facts and the truth about climate change and the dangers of negligence. My plan as it stands now is to use initially social media to start the conversation on Twitter, Instagram, and anywhere else where people just kind of can get information. I've come to the conclusion that I'm going to use my own social media, as creating an account devoted simply to dispersing climate change facts has to jump through the hurdles of gaining followers, gaining recognition, and making sure people will actually listen to what you have to say. Versus if I were to post things on my own social media, it would already be seen by at least 200 people. Moving on from this, I would contact others or let people contact me about any questions they had about climate change so I could get the debate going in a more personable manner. My final step of the plan is to have a sort of climate change awareness day. To do this, I would petition City Council to let them have me use some kind of public space in a park where I could set up a stand, gather some of my friends, and have informational packets, leaflets, all kinds of information that we could disperse to just kind of inform any passersby about the dangers of negligence when it comes to climate change and inform them about the facts. This would be an effective way of disseminating information to just people who are on the road. Anybody interested in learning about it, we could just hand them a leaflet, and even if they didn't have the time to stay and chat, they could get information that way. It's a great way to just kind of get the conversation going in a public setting. The fact of the matter is, climate change doesn't just affect animals, plants, and ecosystems, it affects humans too. Climate change affects everything and everyone on the Earth.